one of the many exciting things about joining Live was being able to come here and play in front of a Spanish crowd, especially in a level of event and level of competition that I hadn't really yet enjoyed. Right, I've been able to play events in Spain.
You're in the beautiful Valderrama, which some say is the European Augusta. It's so special. There's so much history here. There's so much Spanish history here.
Well, it has so much history behind. It's only a 50 years old club, but so much has happened through the years. I mean, we had the Ryder Cup, we had World Gold Championships, and now we have Liv. It's
very exciting, and really, if there was ever a place to get my first win, I feel like this would be the perfect week.
I feel like when this wind in this golf course is so difficult that it's equally stressful no matter when or where you're playing it. But it was fun. It's always fun to be back home and be with the home crowd. It's always a joy to have this many people supporting me all day. It's so much fun.
What the heck course were you playing today?
I don't know.
It's brutal out there.
It is brutal. I don't know. I just made everything I looked at, Jerry. You have those days. I suppose this is one of those days for me, so I relished it. I really enjoyed it. Every time I stood over a putt, just felt like I could make it, and you don't get days like that too often, or certainly I don't. So I relished in it, and I managed to hit a lot of good shots as well. So it was a special day.
Has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. It's Ferrall on the bench, coast to coast in the biggest way possible. Hanging out the bad seat, the broken day, the bad apple with a bad attitude. We are live in New York City, the Big Apple. Ooh, people dressed in plastic bags, directed traffic, some kind of fashion shake-up shadoobie, along with the golf gangster himself, the original OG Carver. Hi. Mafia is running it with Luke. I am your father. It's C2C on a terrible towel Tuesday. And we got the lineup for you today. Morency will join us for a double shot from Vancouver. Of course, you catch him on Sports Rage weeknights at 10. And Coach James Young will join us in the second hour to talk Summer League, RAC, WNBA, Team USA, anything hoops. In the final hour, we've got Adam Kaufman, the fascist from Boston. All things Boston, mostly the Red Sox are up the Yankees' tail in the AL East, and they are a wild card holder right now heading into the second half. Plus, John Browner from Kaplan and crew out in San Diego on 1090 ESPN Radio. Next week, starting on Monday, Kaplan and crew will start airing on SportsGrid from 1 to 3 leading into Ferrall Coast to Coast. They do it at 10 San Diego time. It'll be live from SoCal. Kaplan and crew will talk to John Browner from the show in that final hour today on C2C. Carver High. It was Teoscar Hernandez who won the home run derby. You had both of the finalists in the final round. Either way, you were going to win some money. Morency also had Teoscar. I liked Teoscar. I liked Ozuna. I thought Ozuna was weak. But I got to be honest with you. I watched it, and by the time it got to the semifinals, I just couldn't take it anymore. I think it's so boring. I was watching, and I literally, and I don't mean to be a downer, Debbie Downer over here, the bummer, but here I am watching the home run derby, guy after guy after guy after guy, and they all call timeout and try to reorganize their thoughts and get their breath to finish strong. And then nobody was hitting home runs. And I was sitting, these guys were hitting 10 to 14 home runs. And I'm like, this is absolute bullshit. I said, I am bored to death. There has got to be something better to do than watch this. And I turned it off. I couldn't take it. I didn't even care. I thought it was boring.
Well, look, I'll say this to you. If I didn't have the gas that I did on Teoscar to win that thing last night, I probably would have been right there with you in terms of turning it off. But obviously, I was heavily invested in what was going on in the home run derby, and that because my man was hanging by a thread on several occasions. I thought there was no way he'd even make it out of the first round. I think he had 19, and you still had Ozuna, right, Gunnar, Anderson, Alonso, all these guys to come, and he hung through that. I thought Bohm was going to get him in that second round, and Bohm choked. I thought Witt was going to tie him in that final and go past him, and he didn't. But I skated by, baby, and I think that's what kept my interest in it. I was into it because of that. If I didn't have that and I lost all my guys in the first round, I'm with you. I probably would have ducked out and not been as interested in it. But I think just having the gas on it. And look, we stay hot, man. I mean, he was anywhere from 9-1 to 12-1, depending on when you got him. And that's another great win for us here on C2C. I was very proud of Teoscar last night.
You were on the air, too. So, I mean, what else are you going to do when you're on with Joey Prawns and you got a ticket at that price? Obviously, you're not turning it off. And I didn't have anything on it. I even said on yesterday's show, I said to you, I'm not betting it. I don't care about this thing. I don't know what it is. Listen, fair enough. Like, I love baseball. I've been watching baseball longer than most of you have been alive. I have been to 5 million baseball games. I love it. But, you know, shenanigans and home run derbies and frisbee contests and flag football and all this stuff is for girls. I don't watch. I'm bored to death. I'm sorry. To me, it's lame. And they turn it into this huge, you know, theatrics, this big story, all the players running up to them, and they got guys sitting on sofas, they got guys with bottles of water, they're spraying them, there's Scooby-Doo bats, they're trying to turn it into something that it's just not. What's so entertaining about watching guys hit line drives and pop-ups into the outfield to a bunch of people catching shags? It does nothing for me. And I mean, I know I sound weak, like with the whole, you know, oh, how can you not get into the home run? Because it sucks. That's why I don't get into it.
Listen, there's been plenty of years where I sat there just like you and said the same thing.
It sucks.
I was more interested last night for monetary reasons. That's the only reason why I was as interested as I was all the way to the end. It had me hanging by a cliff. But the attention now turns to tonight, Scotty, the actual game. And really, I got a feeling that tonight's also going to be one that you're probably not going to hang around for the whole thing. But I know I'm going to be there at the beginning to watch Skeens go up there and start that game for the National League in the first inning. That is the main attraction tonight, Scotty, in Arlington for the All-Star game.
Listen, I know at some point, right, are you going to bring up this chick? And we're gonna talk about, obviously, I'm on to Skeens, and I'm way invested in watching the All-Star game. I like the game. I like real baseball games. But at some level, are you talking about this chick that was hammered doing the anthem?
Sure. If you would like to do that now, we can.
Who is
Ingrid
that
Andress.
chick?
I had never heard of her before last night. Ingrid Andress, now she issued an apology about an hour ago saying that she was hammered while singing the anthem. I'm not kidding, and that she's going to check herself into rehab. So she was embarrassed. I'm sorry. I apologize to the fans, to baseball, to the people. So she gave all the apologies, and she's going to go into rehab. It ranked up there in one of the worst anthem performances ever.
Now listen,
it was up there.
Now, at some level, nobody noticed that she was hammered when they were like doing the pregame, and she's standing there. And you mean to tell me, and like the PR people, there's always someone with the mic. There's like a person that walks them out. There's a couple of, publicity people. The Major League Baseball is there. They've got, the ESPN producers standing there. Everyone knows she's the featured attraction, some famous singer. And no one noticed that she was hammered No one said, wait a minute, this
right.
chick can't go out here and sing this in. Meanwhile, she goes out. So I have no idea how she got past all those people, because there's like a whole conundrum of people that are involved in one of these things. And they wheel her out there, and she's just gassed. And I guess no one knew that she was hammered, because they let her sing, and it was the worst. It was the worst anthem in the history of civilization. I mean, she made Roseanne Barr look fantastic.
Well, I think the two,
Fergie, all of them.
Yeah, I think the two that probably always stand out, at least in my lifetime, are Roseanne Barr and Carl Lewis, right? The Carl Lewis one was pretty bad, too, and I saw all the clips of that. Fergie also in there, too.
Top 5.
That one last night's in the conversation with those other ones. It's in the conversation.
And then, and then she comes out and says, "Listen, I was drunk. I'm gonna go to rehab." Like, why does everyone have to end up in rehab? Like your guy Ryan Garcia, he said he was going to rehab and he went to Hawaii. I mean, at least he lied about it. He goes, "Yeah, I've lost my right to box. I'm not allowed to box anymore. I'm going to go to rehab." But what I'm really meaning in Spanish is, I'm lying. I'm going to Kauai to get hammered on Mai Tais. See you on the islands. Peace out, bro.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start, so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It is Canada. You know, Canada is one of those teams that's the darling of the tournament right now. They're still 9-1.
To win a tournament, or even to advance far into a tournament like this, you need a bit of good fortune. And it doesn't matter if you're getting the good fortune that Canada has, where they played 2 matches where they were up a man, or you had the good fortune of Argentina, who's one of the best teams in the world, who just got on the good side of the draw.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Watch out for USA and Canada in 4 years. Like cricket's going to be a sport that's growing.
I made my first cricket bet last week or over the weekend. I was getting a team that was leading like 150 to 5 plus odds. I'm like, I'm up 150 points and I'm getting plus odds? Where do I sign? I love this cricket stuff. What are you kidding me?
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
Oh, what's up? You watching the game? Or maybe the one later? Put a little BetMGM action on it, and now any game becomes the game. When you got overs and unders, you're in it every time they throw the ball, kick the ball, dribble the ball. Maybe it's not even a ball. Who needs a ball? Now that bet's got you watching every inning, half, round, period, set, hole, a lap. Right from the edge of your seat. Hit him with the promo.
Morency's on Sports Rage every night at 10 East. It's badass. You can catch it on all our platforms, all the streaming networks, OTTs, TV stations, radio stations like 1090 ESPN Radio in San Diego, from Baja to the Canadian Rockies, all over the West Coast on a big stick out of Rosarito, and of course, Sports Byline USA, all of their affiliates out of San Francisco, and SiriusXM all over the Southern Hemisphere on satellite radio channel 159. Morency joins us every day for a double shot. Thank God for that. I wanted to say this is what the statement was from Andress, the country singer who had a bad night at the All-Star game singing the anthem Hammered. She said, quote, "I'll let you all know how rehab is. I hear it's super fun." End quote. That is just fantastic, Gabe. I mean, honestly, and I'd never heard of her, and Morency goes, "You've heard of her now."
Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, she should have pulled the Amy Winehouse. No, but it didn't work out very well for Amy. Listen, Ingrid, she's only 23 years old, all right? So she's a young girl. She's had a couple of hits. Evidently, she has had a #1 hit on the country music charts. She's been nominated for 4 Grammys before. So clearly she's enjoying herself along the way. And, I don't like being too hard on people, Scott. #1, I'm a musician. #2, I know it's hard, but really at times when stuff like that, I don't want to say anything because you never know. I don't like, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's like you rip someone and you find out, listen, they're dying, or it's like a Make-A-Wish Foundation. When I first saw her, I was like, oh God, I heard her at first. And then I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe she's like No, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't want to say anything mean on Twitter and find out after. Listen, she has problems, man. You know what I mean? So I didn't say anything.
She was a Make-A-Wish. She wanted to go to the Predators game and meet her favorite player.
Sing the anthem.
Instead, she got to sing the anthem.
So that's why I'm just being real, Scott. Why sometimes I don't criticize things. I'm like, guys, you don't know, man. You're going to look bad after. You're going to say something about this person. So I didn't say anything about it. But what I don't understand is, does she not have a manager? Like, if you're a Grammy, if you're #1 on the Billboard country chart, like, isn't there like 4 or 5, like the makeup person, like I don't know, the hairstylist, like the manager, the father, anybody that just said, "Listen,
manager."
Yeah, just say, "Listen, Ingrid's had a few too many. All right, she's lit up, and it'll be better for the fallout of us telling them right before she can't go on." And you lie, Scott. You just put her in the room. You put her in the room and you say, "Listen, man, she had some bad lunch today, some bad barbecue, man." Right? Like, some bad barbecue in Texas today. She's got food poisoning. She's not well. She can't sing. But instead, they're like, "Well, let's hope for the best." It didn't work out well. It didn't work out. But I will say this. It's country music, Scott. It's country music. All right, Morgan Whalen's throwing chairs off and hitting cops like off of rooftops. All right, he's like the guy has he's like David Duke on steroids. This guy, so she'll be fine. Her career will be fine.
No, she won't. So
yes, she will. She'll bounce back stronger.
I hope not. So you've been in multiple bands. You've been on in front of thousands of people jamming. Have you ever?
Oh, I've sucked in front of thousands of people too. I've had beer bottle. I got spit on before, bro. Like, I've gone through way worse than what she did.
Way worse. But have you ever been so inebriated that you couldn't perform? That you couldn't go out there and perform? That they let you go out and you ruined the set for everyone? And people were saying, "Who was the guy that couldn't play guitar and sing a lick?" Like, have you ever, because I've never known, you've always been a gamer to me, Morency. I've seen you hammered, and you always came through, even when hammered.
No, I even thought about it with Ingrid.
Fail.
Like, if I was doing the All-Star game, I wouldn't lie. I'd be fine for it. Then after, I'd just get blasted, bro. I'd cause a scene in the press box after I did a great job, though. I'd nail the anthem, and it'd be like, "Man, that Morency dude, he's up in the suite right now. Like, he's really getting crazy up there." Like, you know what I mean? But they'd be like, "But damn, he did a good job with the anthem," right? So it's okay. Like, you know what I mean? So Ingrid went backwards on this. But yeah, as a whole, alcohol will get the best of a lot of musicians at times. I don't know if I ever personally ruined one of our shows. We were all kind of, at times, I think it held our career back. But, it was the 80s, it was a different era and stuff. We're kind of in the punk rock scene, the metal scene. It was a little bit different. But everybody makes mistakes, Scott. And I'm telling you what, it's country music. It's like she's not a priest that just got caught, like, stealing from the donation bin. All right? She's a country music artist. She'll come back. She'll sing about rehab.
So wait a
she'll
minute.
be number one again.
So, like, I was going to talk about priests fondling things, and that's a little
I
different
went
than
with money. I figured it's a family show. You like that? I said, I caught money.
Do the priests, have they actually robbed from the Kofer?
Well, look at the priest in Copa. They're punching soccer players.
The priest. I love the guy from the head of Columbia. Did you see him? He was going to punch.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about that. We found out about that. The head of Columbia got arrested for punching a security guard, and his son put him in a headlock.
But did you see so I still don't know who the little kid was. Was that his son, the little kid?
That's his son. It was the president of the Colombian Soccer Federation and his son.
So they arrested
the father was
boy,
mad
too.
about the laws and, like, shoved a security guard out of the way in a hallway. The security guard lost it, grabbed the father. Then the son beat the crap out of the security guard.
The son was like 10.
He's a little older. He's like 19.
What is happening here?
DeMar DeRozan now joins that team in Sacramento with the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Devin Carter, who they drafted early, Keegan Murray as well. A Kings team, BRS, that has been a playoff contender.
Is it going to equate to a championship? Probably not. That's not the goal. Make your team better every offseason. The Kings definitely got better with that move here, Ben.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
The WNBA is a unique market, right? It moves a little bit different. You take a bet, a limit play, even if the limit is 2 dimes on a side, you don't go from 11.5 to 12. You know what I mean? You got to go. Because if they bet you the second number, then you go, oh boy, now we have a decision that we really didn't think we got a big decision. Books love decisions.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
It is Canada. Canada is one of those teams that's the darling of the tournament right now. They're still 9-1.
To win a tournament, or even to advance far into a tournament like this, you need a bit of good fortune. And it doesn't matter if you're getting the good fortune that Canada has, where they played 2 matches where they were up a man, or you had the good fortune of Argentina, who's one of the best teams in the world, who just got on the good side of the draw.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Watch out for USA and Canada in 4 years. Cricket's going to be a sport that's growing.
I made my first cricket bet last week or over the weekend. I was getting a team that was leading like 150 to 5 plus odds. I'm like, I'm up 150 points and I'm getting plus odds. Where do I sign? I love this cricket stuff. What are you kidding me?
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
And Carver High both hit Teoscar Hernandez to win the home run derby. You both had tickets on him. That was sweet. What is your final thoughts on that whole scene last night? I couldn't take it. I got to the semis. I just couldn't take it anymore. I thought it was so weak with dudes that could barely hit the ball over the wall. I'm like, this is candy ass. I can't take it anymore. There's got to be some violence or something on TV that I can enjoy better. Some wife killing a husband or something. So what's your thoughts on it? And Teoscar, we already know he's a badass. Silver Slugger, you've seen him in Toronto What he did with the Jays, I thought he was special. I thought they were stupid to let him go. And then your props for tonight's game at Globe Life in the All-Star game.
I used to, in the older days, I was not a big fan of the home run derby. Even though I love baseball, I was just annoyed by listening to Chris Berman go back for 5 hours. I couldn't do it. It got a lot better over the last couple of years. The home run derby has sort of become like the hottest skills competition out of all the All-Star games. The ratings last night, they had over 3 million viewers. It was good, not great, not bad. So they had 3 million viewers. But I'm with you. I thought last night was just long. It dragged on. You didn't have the star power either. And, good players in it, but you didn't have Ohtani. You don't have Aaron Judge. Like,
right,
you don't have Bryce Harper. Like, get some bigger name. Vlad Guerrero Jr. I don't want to see it where it turns into a slam dunk contest where the big guys, I want to do it, but I'm not going to do it. Like one of these deals. I thought it was a little stale and long. I'm with you. There was one point, Scott. We went through everything, and then it got to the final. Then they brought the trophy out and brought, Michael Buffer out and stuff. And they did this big introduction. It's like, guys, we've been here for 2.5 hours. There's no more frills. Like, it's get on with it. Like, right. No more Buffer, no more, show. Like, it's too much. But it got really cool, Scott. We had a swing off, which we've never seen before. It was super close in the final. So there was drama at the end, but it was a long way. It was like a movie that the ending scene was pretty good, Scott.
It was a wedding.
No, exactly. It was like building up to it. It's like, all right, let's go. Let's get to it. Right?
Who do you got tonight?
I'd say it was a little better than a wedding. So listen, normally, let's start off with the American League wins this all the time. Right? It's been dominated. They won 9 years in a row. They're like 21-3 in the last 24 years. The National League did win last year. And I might live to regret this, and I'm getting a little bit cute here, but I'm going to take the National League tonight as an underdog. They have a pretty stacked lineup there. They're more athletic than the American League. The American League is going to sort of try to slug home runs. Then the National League, I think, can sort of a double here, a double there, put a couple of runs up on the board. So I'm going to go with the National League, guys. The big history, you wouldn't figure. You figure with all these bats that these games would be higher scoring. So the total is only 7.5. 6 of the last 7 years, the All-Star game has gone under 7 runs. And the Major League Baseball All-Star game, guys, is 13-4 to the under in the last 17 years. So you want to go in recent form? Under. You want to go a little bit deeper? Under. This game, you get pitchers, fresh pitchers coming in every inning. Everyone's throwing 100 miles an hour. Yeah, there'll be a home run here, a home run there, but I'm not sure we get to 8. I'll roll the dice with the under here. So give me the National League plus 100. Let's go under 7.5. I'm part of the Paul Skeens bandwagon. Scott, I got a nice prop here. Plus 200. Paul Skeens to have 2 or more strikeouts in the first inning and not give up a run. No runs in the bottom of the first inning, and Skeens to get 2 or more strikeouts at plus 200. I played that, and I'm also going to roll the dice. I already put the bet in. Paul Skeens to strike out the side, plus 500, Scott. Those are great odds, bro. That's a very good odds for something that legitimately can happen. I'm a Dodger fan. Skeens faced the Dodgers. Bro, he shut down Freeman, Betts, Ohtani, and Freeman. He struck those 3 out. He can strike out Kwan, Henderson, and Soto tonight, plus 500.
Yeah, so Soto says, I'm going to make sure Judge bats in the first inning.
Yeah. He does. Yeah.
So I want to see that not happen. I'm a huge Skeens fan and Pirate fan, so I want to see the.
How about Soto saying he wants to play with Ohtani? Huh? How'd that go down in New York?
God, you had to bring that up. I was just having a good day.
Just saying.
It's 110 degrees here, and it's really sticky and smelly outside, and you had to just.
It's funny because, guys, last year at the All-Star game, Ohtani was asked last year at the All-Star game, who'd you like most to play with? Mookie Betts. What happened after? Just saying.
He's playing with Mookie Betts, isn't he? And they're still not going to beat the Phillies.
joins that team in Sacramento with the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, DeMontis Sabonis, Devin Carter, who they drafted early, Keegan Murray as well. A Kings team, DRS, that has been a playoff contender.
Is it going to equate to a championship? Probably not. That's not the goal. Make your team better every offseason. The Kings definitely got better with that move here, Ben.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
The WNBA is a unique market, right? It moves a little bit different. You take a bet, a limit play, even if the limit is 2 dimes on a side. You don't go from 11.5 to 12. You know what I mean? You got to go. Because if they bet you the second number, then you go, oh boy, now we have a decision that we really didn't think we got a big decision. Books love decisions.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
It is Canada. You know, Canada is one of those teams that's the darling of the tournament right now. They're still 9-1.
To win a tournament, or even to advance far into a tournament like this, you need a bit of good fortune. And it doesn't matter if you're getting the good fortune that Canada has, where they played 2 matches where they were up a man, or you had the good fortune of Argentina, who's one of the best teams in the world, who just got on the good side of the draw.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Watch out for USA and Canada in 4 years. Cricket's going to be a sport that's growing.
I made my first cricket bet last week or over the weekend. I was getting a team that was leading like 150 to 5 plus odds. I'm like, I'm up 150 points and I'm getting plus odds. Where do I sign? I love this cricket stuff. What are you kidding me?
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
So, Carver High, we're going to dive into Summer League action here at the very least. I know they're going to tip off here in about a half an hour. It's better than yesterday when they waited till late to start the games at 6 o'clock. I think they should be all day long.
Yeah, they should. They got more games today. I want to make sure I get these to you before we start to go in other directions. Here's the early Summer League games. I'll give you the late night ones later on Coast to Coast. Pacers and Suns tipping off in about 25 minutes to start the day out in Vegas. -6.5 for the Pacers now. 181.5 the total there. Knicks and the Nets. Nets -3.5. Then you have the Hornets and the Nuggets as well. -3.5 for the Hornets. They did put Bulls and Pistons on there too. Bulls -3.5 for later on.
So, the Pistons looked good last night, right? So I'd be willing to take a stab with them. I think that line is, what do you got, 3.5 there? And then the Hornets have already won a game. I'd be interested in them at 3.5. And, I mean, honestly, we're going to have the Nets and Knicks. Can we have the Knicks do something in Summer League? Because they don't look good at all. But I'll take the 3.5 with them. And then Suns -6.5. It's pretty juicy, so I guess they must think the Pacers stink. I don't. I think they got some players. I like watching Furphy play. I'd be willing to take those points there, to be honest with you. Furphy looked really good the other day at 18 or something like that. I like watching that kid 6'9" when he bulks up in the NBA and, kind of turns into a man. He still seems like a real college-y type kid to me. You know what I mean? There's some guys that come in and they are, they played a few years in college, not the one and done that still seems like he's a kid. This kid is young, the Aussie, but he can play, and he's going to be really good. He's long, and when he adds muscle and some weight to him, he's going to be a problem.
He certainly is. So there you go. There's your 4 early games. There's 4 late ones we'll do later on C2C. All right, let's get to all this all-star stuff. Of course, we mentioned Teoscar Hernandez won the home run derby last night. Great cash for us. Here's a couple quick things from that. This was the very end of the contest. Witt had one swing left to possibly tie Hernandez and keep it going. But thankfully, for at least for me and many others who had Teoscar, that did not happen on ESPN.
Here.
Oh, he's got it going. Get legs. Get legs.
Teoscar Hernandez is your 2024 T-Mobile Home Run Derby champ. It was up there forever and came up just short. What a show Bobby Witt Jr. and Teoscar Hernandez put on in this final round. Just missed.
I gotta tell you, like, seriously, what was it? Because I told you I dove off. I just couldn't take it anymore. I thought it was like the longest yard. But what was it? 14-13? Is that what it was? The final?
Correct.
Like,
yes,
you gotta be kidding me. Like, have I not seen this thing with way more home runs in a final? I thought it was pathetic. And I cannot, for the life of me, understand how it could be that soft. And then I wake up and I read how wonderful, what an experience. It was the greatest. I mean, what drama. It was edge of your seat, scintillating stuff in sports. That is such bullshit. They could barely hit the ball over the wall. Like, are you kidding me? Like, am I tripping here? Am I imagining things? Don't tell me I haven't seen guys crank way more than 14 home runs to win the home run derby in the final round before. And don't give me the stadium held the ball in stuff and the air conditioning. I don't want to hear it.
I think they changed some of the rules, and that kind of factored into it as well in terms of the amount of pitches. They put a pitch limit on at 40. I think there was a few things
extra swings, extra outs. Yeah. I mean, what didn't they have? I'm surprised they didn't bring them out in limousines to the plate.
Look, you didn't have the. You mentioned it before. It's not like you had the biggest home run hitters in the game. Now, Alonso is. There's no question about that. And Gunnar Henderson's got 28, 29 homers this year. But, Judge and Ohtani and Harper and, the guys that...
Schwarbaum.
Schwarbaum, guys that are known for this stuff, they're not there. They're not in it. They're not doing it. So, Alvarez, these guys aren't in the mix. So, look, nothing against Alec Bohm, Alec Bohm shouldn't be in a home run derby. He just shouldn't. The guy's got 11 home runs this year.
Listen, let me ask you. Seriously. Like, at one point, I was sitting there, and I'm thinking to myself, and I'm not even trying to be like a jerk here, and I'm not even trying to be like some television executive wondering what's wrong with the broadcast, but I'm watching this thing, and I'm going, how long are they going to have a solo shot on this Alec Bohm guy? Like, they had a camera crew dedicated to this guy, like 5 feet away from him on the ground. They were like on the ground, shooting on their knee from 3 feet away from him as he was, drinking water and talking to Bryce Harper and his teammates, Trey Turner, sitting in their chairs or whatever that was, a sofa, whatever they had going. And they dedicated more time to that guy than I have ever seen anything in my life. I'm like, what is so fascinating about this guy that no one gives a rat's ass about? Like, I mean, if you're going to show someone in that core, it might as well be Bryce Harper. I mean, honestly, like, no one cares about this Alec Bohm guy. Honestly. And they were showing him like he was, you would have thought he was Ted Williams the way they showed him. Honest to Christ. Like, who was in charge of that broadcast? Like,
I guess they were playing
up.
up.
In the truck, keep a shot on Bohm. Let's just freeze it. Stay right there.
I mean, I guess they were playing up that he was such a heavy underdog amongst all those other guys, but that just doesn't play well at all, especially it's Alec Bohm. It is what it is. Here is Teoscar quickly on the win, and what turned him around last night was getting some advice from Vlad Guerrero Jr., last year's winner, while he was struggling in the middle of it.
Oh man, I was nervous. Not when I see that ball, the last one, when he still got 2 outs and one home run to tie with me, and then the last shot that he got, it was a little like too close to tight, but thank God it didn't win out. So
Thank God.
super happy.
Right.
That was one of the biggest surprises tonight. What he did, he said yesterday when we get here to the hotel, he said, I got a surprise for you, compadre. So I'm gonna show it tomorrow. So he brings my jersey from Toronto, and when he goes to home plate, he was trying to calm down myself. He had passed through that 2 times, and it works. What he said, it works. It helped me going into the last round in the final.
Way to go.
Listen,
we love you.
the whole time he was talking there, I was thinking to myself, I didn't care what he said. All I could think of was, how did they let this guy leave Toronto? And how much better his life is now playing for the Los Angeles Dodgers. I don't care what anybody says. That franchise, at the end of the day, doesn't matter. It doesn't. Nope. And the Dodgers do. And he left and went to play in Los Angeles with the Dodgers. And he was one of the boys in Toronto, man. He was there forever. He was Silver Sluggers. He had it all going there. And they let that guy roll out of Toronto to go play for the Dodgers. You got to be kidding me. Like, can you imagine? He's so excited to see his jersey from his Jays days. I'd be like, whatever. Whatever.
First Dodger ever to win the home run derby as well for Teoscar Hernandez. First Dodger ever to do it. We got more for tonight. The All-Star game next.
DeMar DeRozan now joins that team in Sacramento with the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Devin Carter, who they drafted early, Keegan Murray as well. A Kings team, DRS, that has been a playoff contender.
Is it going to equate to a championship? Probably not. That's not the goal. Make your team better every offseason. The Kings definitely got better with that move here, Ben.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
The WNBA is a unique market, right? It moves a little bit different. You take a bet, a limit play, even if the limit is 2 dimes on a side, you don't go from 11.5 to 12. You know what I mean? You got to go. Because if they bet you the second number, then you go, oh boy, now we have a decision that we really didn't think we got a big decision. Books love decisions.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
It is Canada. Canada is one of those teams that's the darling of the tournament right now. They're still 9-1.
To win a tournament, or even to advance far into a tournament like this, you need a bit of good fortune. And it doesn't matter if you're getting the good fortune that Canada has, where they played 2 matches where they were up a man, or you had the good fortune of Argentina, who's one of the best teams in the world, who just got on the good side of the draw.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Watch out for USA and Canada in 4 years. Cricket's going to be a sport that's growing.
I made my first cricket bet last week or over the weekend. I was getting a team that was leading 150 to 5 plus odds. I'm like, I'm up 150 points and I'm getting plus odds. Where do I sign? I love this cricket stuff. What are you kidding me?
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
Tell you what, they don't watch the PGA Tour, but they play golf. Like the young gun's out playing right now. It's $105 outside in New York City, and he's playing golf in this heat. Like I would no more play golf in this weather than fly a kite.
I'll change my statement. And you asked me during the break, do young people watch the PGA Tour? And I originally said to you, no. I'll actually change some stuff up. I think that there are people in their mid to late 20s, early 30s who are watching because what are they now able to do on it, Scotty, like myself? They're betting on it. I think that the people are betting on golf in that age bracket, and they are watching it. Are they just sitting on their couch to watch the PGA Tour on Sunday for fun? I'm not so sure they're doing that. But if they've got slips on it, they are. I know that. They got some slips on it, they're doing it.
I don't believe that. I believe that they are betting on it because they know they can make money on it, and I know they can keep an eye on it on their phone to see where a guy is on the golf course and what he's shooting and where his ticket lies. I don't believe I just don't believe 20-year-olds are watching golf. They're playing golf. So
they are.
He's out golfing right now, but he would no more watch golf on television than fly a kite. And that's just all there is to it. But I do agree with you that they're betting on it. Golf is fun now to bet on, but that does not mean that it's young people are watching golf. I still believe golf on television is for guys our age, my age, your age even, and that's about the end of it. Like, I'll put it at your age. What are you, 43 now? I think you're about the cutoff point for me. There's no young people watching golf. That's just all. Look, the 19th hole is where you go to drink and watch golf. At every golf club in America, they got the golf on Sunday. I'll never forget that. As long as I was a kid, I'd see the golf on at the golf club. My dad belonged to golf country clubs. I played them when I was a kid all the time. I played golf all the time, and golf was always on. But watching golf on television, I mean, you might as well watch a funeral, honestly. But betting on it now is fun. I'm not going to argue with that. All right, the BetMGM first bet $1,500 offer. 4 steps how you get this. This is the best offer ever. 1, download the BetMGM mobile app on iOS or Android. Go to BetMGM.com. 2, sign up. Open an account with $10. 3, place your first wager up to $1,500. And if you lose that bet, 4, your bonus bets are coming to your account for $1,500 if you lose the bet once that initial wager is settled. So if you bet $1,500 on an event and lose, once that's settled that you've lost, they're putting money in as if you won. $1,500 in bonus bets into your account from BetMGM. You cannot beat this. It's fantastic. All right, Carver High, we continue on with the fallout from the home run derby, including guys that will not stop trying to win the home run derby, like Pete Alonso.
Well, look, this is the last thing I've got for you from last night, and then I want to start to get into tonight's festivities. Of course, Alonso has won it twice. He's done it 4 times now. He went out fairly quickly last night in the first round. That doesn't mean he's done, Scotty. He wants to go back for more. Here's Alonso.
You've done this 5 or 6 times now. You still have the need to try it again?
Oh, it's super fun, and I love competing in this. I mean, it's a fun expose. It's a great event. So, oh yeah, like there's definitely more in there for sure.
Oh yeah, sure. Keep coming back. Why not?
Can you believe that they want to get rid of this guy in New York? It makes no sense to me.
It doesn't make any sense. He said yesterday at that media day that he wants to stay in New York. That is his top priority. We shall see how that goes for him this offseason. Speaking of staying in New York, obviously Juan Soto and the Yankees has been a very big topic of conversation. He will be a free agent at the end of the year. Here he is again yesterday talking about his future.
How much are you thinking about the free agency coming up at the end of the season?
I try to let that to Scott. I just try to focus on my games and everything. I haven't even think about where it's going to be a good place. I'm just thinking about where I'm at right now and what I want to do where I'm at.
How much does what happens this season sort of factor into that decision ultimately?
Sorry, what did you say?
How much is what's happening with the Yankees this season going to factor into that decision?
I don't know if it's going to affect any of my decision. Whenever we're there, we're going to sit down and look around. But right now, I hope to win another championship with the Yankees. We're trying to do our best, and that's what we focus on.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to just say this. You heard Scott Miller from the New York Times, who covers the Padres in San Diego and lives in San Diego, say it. He said he wasn't good with the Padres, and that was with 35 home runs. They didn't think he was good, and they were more than happy to let him leave. I'll say this. I thought he started terrifically with the Yankees. Like, he made his mark, and I was like, you got to sign him. Just do it now. Get it over with. 10 years, $400 million. Where he is now, I don't believe that he's worth the money. I don't believe he's worth it. I think Aaron Judge is. I do not believe this guy is worth this gigantic contract. Scott Boras has become painful as this mega agent that gets these deals. And his players, like, wasn't Snell one of them? He's another one that is turned into an absolute flop. All of Scott Boras's, am I wrong? Every one of his big deals this year has turned into a disaster. None of his star players are doing anything. And here's another thing. I'm not listening to Scott. Like, Scott does deals, right? And he's good at negotiating. He's good at contracts. He's a lawyer. Bottom line is this. If you want to play for the New York Yankees, you make it happen. If Soto wants to play for the New York Yankees, you make that guy get this deal done. It's not the other way around. Scott's not telling me where I'm playing. You know, you understand what I'm saying, Carver? I'm not listening to this white guy, this nerd, this lawyer tell me where I'm playing. And it's simple. You negotiate contracts. Get me my money. But I don't believe for 1 minute right now he's worth the money that he's going to be trying to get.
Look, when you start talking about the numbers they have,
he's not that good.
It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to think about. We will come back and get into the lineup for tonight. Hear from Paul Skeens, hear from Aaron Judge talking about Paul Skeens, who he might face in the first inning tonight.
You think he's worth that money?
The money they're talking about, probably not.
That's no.
DeMar DeRozan now joins that team in Sacramento with the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Devin Carter, who they drafted early, Keegan Murray as well. A Kings team, DRS, that has been a playoff contender.
Is it going to equate to a championship? Probably not. That's not the goal. Make your team better every offseason. The Kings definitely got better with that move here, Ben.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
The WNBA is a unique market, right? It moves a little bit different. You take a bet, a limit play, even if the limit is 2 dimes on a side. You don't go from 11.5 to 12. You know what I mean? You got to go. Because if they bet you the second number, then you go, oh boy, now we have a decision that we really didn't think we got a big decision. Books love decisions.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
It is Canada. You know, Canada is one of those teams that's the darling of the tournament right now. They're still 9-1.
To win a tournament, or even to advance far into a tournament like this, you need a bit of good fortune. And it doesn't matter if you're getting the good fortune that Canada has, where they played 2 matches where they were up a man, or you had the good fortune of Argentina, who's one of the best teams in the world, who just got on the good side of the draw.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Watch out for USA and Canada in 4 years. Cricket's going to be a sport that's growing.
I made my first cricket bet last week or over the weekend. I was getting a team that was leading like 150 to 5 plus odds. I'm like, I'm up 150 points and I'm getting plus odds. Where do I sign? I love this cricket stuff. Are you kidding me?
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
Never wrap my hands around why the Padres let him go and that the Yankees got him that easily. Honestly, because now I think I know. Like, this guy, they're talking about $500 million for this guy. You got to be tripping to give that dude $500 million. He's not worth. I mean, bro, I'm sitting here telling you I'd give him 280. That's it. I don't think he's worth more than 280. What does he do? He hits home run every 2 weeks. He walks a bunch. I seen him throw a guy out once. And I thought when I saw him throw a guy out at the plate, remember early in the season, he threw one from right field all the way, nailed a guy's plate. I'm like, this guy does it all. He hasn't done that since. Not once.
Yeah. Look, I think that there's when you start talking about $500, $600, $700 million, it does kind of make you stop and think about it. And look, I think a lot of Yankee fans, and myself included, you're very excited when you make that trade. You start doing the blank check stuff, whatever he wants, whatever you do that. And I think that I've also, as we've discussed a lot at length, I'm not really sure that Hal's willing to drill out $600 or $700 million for somebody. I'm just not sure that he is, and I think that Soto will be a go to the highest bidder guy. I think that. He ain't going to be no Jalen Brunson and leave $100 million on the table. That is not going to be him this offseason when all this stuff goes on. So it's going to be interesting to see. And I think another reason why San Diego kind of cut the rope when they did was, A, they probably didn't think they got the production that they gave up for him, and they knew there was no way in hell they were giving him $600 or $700 million. I think that they knew that right off the jump and said, let's try to recoup back some of what we gave up to get this guy in the first place. He's 25 years old. It's very rare also you get a guy who's done as much as he has at 25. So that's another thing that kind of factors in to it too, Scotty. But $600 or $700 is a lot. $600 or $700 million is a lot.
Yeah, they need to calm down on those numbers. I'm sorry.
I just don't believe he's on the same plane as Ohtani, Judge, and even Harper. I don't think he's at that next cut below.
Well, because you're right.
That's kind of where he is. That's kind of where Soto is for me.
You're right. What's there to think about here? Calm down. Everyone needs to calm down.
Here is let's get to tonight. Of course, Skeen's on the mound. We'll start with Aaron Judge, who's hitting fourth. So it's not a guarantee that he's going to see Skeen, Scotty, and that's also why I won't play Skeens for the MVP tonight. It sounds like he's only going one inning. It doesn't sound like he's going to throw two. So that's why the question of if he'll see Judge or not is up in the air. Here is Aaron Judge talking about Paul Skeens.
Oh, it's exciting. Gotten a chance to watch a couple of his games, the past couple of weeks, since he got called up. And it's special stuff, man, electric stuff. Not only is you can talk about the velocity on his pitches and what he does, but the guy's a pitcher, man. He can work all 3, 4, 5 of his pitches, throw it in any part of the zone, any count. And he's a complete pitcher, man. So it's going to be fun. I think we're all excited to, see him on the mound, see him do his thing, especially in his first All-Star game, getting the nod to be a starter. It's impressive, man. So definitely looking forward to facing him. He's going to be one of the top pitchers in this game for a long time. So it's going to be exciting to, get a chance to face him in his first one. And I know he's going to have multiple All-Star game starts, for years to come. So it's going to be pretty cool. I think we got a good lineup. So I think somebody will work a good count or, get a base hit. So we'll see what happens.
Listen, guys hit home runs against him. If they time it right, if they get their bat on that fastball, it goes out in a hurry. I saw Jeff McNeil rip 130 rows up in Pittsburgh against him. So it's what he does after that, where he's able to let it happen and then get right back down to business and start whiffing guys in succession right after he gives up a home run. The fact that he has 5 pitches, that he changes speeds, makes the ball drop off the table, has a split-fingered sinker, which no one's ever seen before. All these things make him really unique. And God willing, if he's healthy, I think Judge is right that it's going to be a long career of dominance. I keep telling you, he's a horse. He's like Nolan Ryan to me, this kid. I just hope he's healthy. That's all I care about because I already know he's got the goods. You can see it. He's got the goods. So it's all about his arm. All these guys nowadays, they end up in the operating room having Tommy John, every one of them. So that's the thing I fear about pitchers every day. The same as playing hoops. I don't like talking about knees, ankles, or Achilles ever. It's just something I don't like.